Hi, in this movie, I'm going to be looking at how we use Adobe fonts in Photoshop, in Illustrator, and in InDesign. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because there is a little bit, it's unusual for Adobe, but there's a little bit of inconsistency in how we access the fonts. I've opened up this poster that I put together just for fun. It's an image of my daughter. She's into vintage, so I put it together with this rather lovely vintage Coca-Cola illustration, nothing to do with me. So I opened this up, and the thing that was notable was this font here, this typeface. Now, I know that this was Futura condensed when I made this poster, and it still looks like Futura condensed, but there's something off with it. If we have a look up here on my status bar, you can see, because I've got the type tool selected, that it says Futura condensed up here. And I'm not sure you'll be able to make this out on the video, but it's actually in brackets. When you see a typeface name in brackets in any application really, but in the Adobe products, it means that that font isn't available currently. Now, assuming I don't touch that, it will behave perfectly okay. So I could save this Photoshop document as a JPEG, and the type will still look okay. But if I wanted to edit the type, let's say I didn't want the old Coca-Cola phrase, the pause that refreshes, I wanted to change it to something different, or I wanted to take the exclamation mark off, or I just wanted something else in there. The minute I touch this type, I'm going to get this message: the following fonts are missing for text layer, the pause that refreshes. The font that's missing is Futura PT Condensed Bold, and it says font substitution will occur, continue. Now, at this point, I could cancel, in which case nothing happens. But I said I wanted to edit this type, so I'm going to have to click OK. And now the minute that I do that, it's going to recognize this as being basically a vector font, and it will substitute. And you can see now it's substituted for Myriad Pro. And if I go and have a little look through my fonts, I don't have my Futura installed or active. Okay, now if I click here, I can see all my Adobe fonts. So if I hover over this for a second, it says it will show Adobe fonts. If I go down to where Futura should be, you can see Futura's here, but I'm looking for Futura PT Condensed, and it's grayed out and I can't access it. Okay, so I need to activate it. Now, in Photoshop, the way we do that is we go where it says more from Adobe Fonts, we click on the little Creative Cloud symbol just here, and it will take us straight to the Adobe Fonts website. Okay, and you can see I've got all these different fonts. Now I know that I'm looking for something very specific, so I'm looking for Futura. So I'm going to type in Futura, and it's Futura PT, which is right here. And you can see that there's lots of different fonts within this typeface family. I only really need Futura PT Condensed Bold, okay, which is this one here. So I could just choose to activate this single font. Okay, it says font activation successful, and that would be okay. If I need to, I could also activate all the fonts. So I could activate Futura PT, Futura Bold, and there's obviously an italicized version of that as well, and Futura PT Condensed. So I could choose to activate all or some of these, okay, or I could activate them individually. I'm only going to activate this, and when I go back, I'm just going to undo. Oops, I just need to get out of that. So I'm just going to undo that to the point where the font hadn't changed. And now you can see on my character panel here, it says Futura PT Condensed Bold, and it's no longer in brackets. And if I want to edit my text, I want to say this is the real thing. I can edit my text without any difficulty at all. So that's how we activate fonts in Photoshop. Now, before, I'm just going to put this back. I liked it the way it was, really. So I'm going to just change this back to the pause that refreshes. Ooh, there we are. Just need to. There we are. So if I wanted to change this typeface and I want to try a different look, perhaps I can activate other fonts as well. So if I go to more from Adobe Fonts again, and I can search through the Adobe Font website. Now you can do this in Illustrator and InDesign as well. And once they're activated, they will remain activated in all the applications. I'm just going to show you the differences between how we do this. Okay, so in on the website itself, we can look at different classifications of fonts. So we've got things like sans serif, serif, slab serif, etc. Now I want to try out maybe a different sans serif typeface. And I might want to just look at fonts that are only available all in caps. So now it's going to show me everything that's just in caps. Now it's a kind of vintagey looking poster, so I want something that will work with my poster. And I can keep looking, and obviously you can type in. I've got the pause that refreshes up here. Let's just turn that into a capital R there. And I can have a little look through and see if there's anything that takes my fancy. Okay. And as soon as I see something that I like, I don't particularly like it, but I'm going to activate this one. So this is called Fino Sans, and to say I don't like it's a bit unfair. I don't particularly like it for my poster. So I'm going to activate all 4 of these. Okay, so I've activated those, and then when I come back, I can select my type, and I can type in Fino. Ooh. There we go. So it might be Fino Sans Regular. I'll go for the bold, I think. There we go. So that's how we activate and use fonts from the Adobe website in Photoshop. I'm now going to show you how that works using Adobe Illustrator.